Hey everybody, Shane here. I want to show you some Pokemon related stuff. So let's go over here and see what it is we're picking up. So, we got a repel and an escape rope, which means... oh, come on. Go on the ground floor? Yes. Which means we're going to a cave. And you may not be able to tell where we are currently, but I think now you will. And I just ran into this cave maze because I'm very bad. So let's get going. So first we gotta check to see if there are encounters in this particular area, and I'm pretty sure there are. So I just think they take a wee bit to activate. Give me that counter. Here we go. So counter, fighting some goblins. Yeah. So we're actually gonna escape out of this, cast the repel, and our encounter rate shouldn't happen until the effect wears off. Adios. Item. I'm gonna cast the repel. Wild beasts are not going to attack you now, so let's just walk around. Anything happening? Anything at all? Come on, goblins. Come out and play. I want to punch you to death. I don't want to change the map though. I'll reset the encounter. Repel's effect wore off. It says it twice. Oh well. So I do have this other item. Yay, we're out of the cave. So, see you in a bit, and I'm going to show you how I do it. To start things off, I want to give a brief overview of what I like to call the most common events. It is the very top of your common events, set to parallel, along with a switch that the game designer should use as a way to indicate that the game has started. So when the switch is activated, the common event for quote-unquote master or the most common events will start to occur. So for example, I like to keep track of where the player is per map, X variable and Y variable. That's just an example of what I use, but we will be using this for our escape rope system. Now I have two conditional branches here set up to find out if the player is either on a Pokemon related map or a Final Fantasy map. Whenever it comes to the Pokemon maps, it's a little bit different because the Pokemon world is so large it does not fit on the RPG Maker MV map sizes anymore. You have to keep track of the individual maps where there is cave access. So for my first cave, I'm using Victory Road on Route 23, which is map 19. So going back to the conditional branch, if the player is on map 19, then update the Pokemon map variable with the X and Y variable. I'm using that to differentiate between the basic location of the player, or the Pokemon related player, Pokemon position of the player. That being said, let's go down to the emergency exit. This common event will be called from the item escape rope, wherever it's at. Right there. So it's a basic item, doesn't have any purpose except for calling the common event called emergency exit. So what we're looking at here is checking to see if the player is on the Final Fantasy map, which I'm pretty sure needs to change. So I'm going to go over what Pokemon is supposed to look like. So in the Master plugin, Master common event, it's checking to see if the player is on a map that has cave access. And as I said, Route 23 is map 19. So if I go back down to the emergency exit, it's checking to see if the player is actually within a cave. So maps 7, 20, 21, or 54, those are my known cave maps. And what it's doing is playing a sound effect, transferring the player to the last known location on here specifically is the Pokemon map, and we're doing the fade to white because I think it's aesthetic. You're in a cave, and you go into the daylight, fade to white. And specifically what is happening is the last known player location on the exterior map is actually on the mouth of the cave. So to prevent it from just spawning the player on a mountainside, we're going to have the player step forward and then remove the item. So go back over here, we're going to need the item to be non-consumable. That way, if the player uses the escape rope on a map that is not a cave, it's not going to take it away from the player, and in fact it's going to read a message, you cannot use this item here.